I would be foolish to say it wouldn't be for the money. It is in a way, but then again, I have wrestling in my blood. There's been wrestling all down through my family, and it's just something that you grow up with and something that you put up with. And I actually enjoy wrestling because it's a physical sport. It's the most physical sport there is today, and it is the king of sports.
Traveling around can get to be pretty hard, and wrestling almost every night and everything. There is a lot of good money to be made. What does a good wrestler make in a year's time?
Well, it varies. It can go as high as $100,000 a year, or when you very first start out, of course, you're not into big money, but anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 when you first start. But of course, you have to go through a training period, which you should have another job on the side.
What about vacations? Do you get to take many, and what's your favorite spot?
Well, my favorite spot is Hawaii, and I plan someday to make Hawaii my home. But as far as vacations are concerned, only when I feel that I can take time. I'm so busy, I'm booked 52 weeks a year. The place that I liked most was in Japan, where they turn out in thousands and thousands and thousands, and it's very exciting and very scenic, and they really get with it.
Brisco, the world heavyweight champion, squaring off against the giant Korean Pak Song. The world heavyweight championship at stake. This is the most coveted title in professional sports today. And obviously, Mr. Hart, I'm sure that you must be pretty nervous at ringside.
Well, like you said, Bud, it's the most coveted belt in the world today. It's the world heavyweight champion. It's a lot of money involved, a lot of prestige. You go down in history as the best man of your time. And Dusty Rhodes, as you will see later, he's sitting over in the other corner. He will cost Pak Song Nam, the world's heavyweight champion, deprived him of returning to Korea as the world's heavyweight champion.
Parts of this match have been filmed in slow motion in order to bring you a better view of the tremendous action that took place in this particular event. A good flying drop kick by Jack Brisco, and there you see a snap mare, Pak Song's body smashing against the canvas, and Brisco moving in very quickly, tying up his head, and Pak Song trying to break free.
Well, you can see the reason Jack Brisco is the undisputed world's heavyweight champion.
There's Dusty Rhodes seconding at ringside, watching this match with a great deal of interest.
You see, Rhodes, he never could beat Brisco. He says he beat him 3 times, but he never really beat the man. And he's trying to deprive Pak Song of beating him.
Excellent move as Brisco ties him into an inside cradle, hooking that leg back, and here's where the tremendous power of Pak Song, some 270 pounds, able to blast his way, but Brisco was on his feet, quick as a cat, waiting for him.
Did you see how Song moved, though? He's a bit of a cat himself at 280 pounds.
Brisco high in the air, coming down with that avalanche on the upper leg of Pak Song, and your man is in trouble now.
As I've stressed many times before, Garden Soley, Pak Song Nam can take more pressure, more pain than any professional wrestler today, and that's why eventually he will be the world's heavyweight champion.
There's Jack Brisco going for that figure 4, and the referee's attention being diverted by you at this particular point, which allowed Pak Song an opportunity to pull himself free from this figure 4, and that would have spelled the end for your man. So certainly you're...
I would just like to make a comment, excuse me. I was waving instructions to Pak Song. I was excited. I came up on the apron because I was excited, no other reason. Things happen that way. Pak Song took advantage of the situation. Why shouldn't he? It's a lot of money involved. This is the world's heavyweight champion he's wrestling, Garden Soley, not just some preliminary wrestler. This is for all the money. Everyone wants to be world's champion.
Pak Song, the tremendous chop across the throat of Jack Brisco. Brisco crashing the canvas now. The impact of that chop. Of course, Pak Song has that reputation. He has killed a 1,700-pound bull with a single chop, and there he's chopping down again across Jack Brisco, the world heavyweight champion, and at this juncture, things look rather bleak for the champion.
Let's just go. I would like to say one thing for Jack Brisco. This proves that Jack Brisco, as I said before, is truly a great, great world's champion. I've seen many men that never get up from something like that, but Jack Brisco does have a fighting heart, and that's why we want to beat Jack Brisco so bad, because I consider him probably one of the greatest champions that ever lived. And if you beat a nothing, you are a nothing, but if you beat a king, you're a king.
Brisco again in trouble here as Pak Song, the giant Korean, continues to press his advantage. A lot of punishment and a lot of abuse has been dished out during this match, and I might just say that, all right, excellent move by Pak Song. Got Jack Brisco into a backslide. Brisco able to power his way out of it. A count of 2 and a near pin, and I imagine at that point you thought you pretty well had it won.
Well, as I said, Pak Song, he keeps driving and he keeps driving in. The man is in fantastic condition. There's not an ounce of fat on him or Jack Brisco, either one. They're not big watermelon bellies like Dusty Rhodes. These two men are dedicated to their profession, and they'll fight as hard and long as they can to take care of their opponents. Pak Song, if you notice, he stays right behind his man out of visual range, so Jack Brisco can't see where he's coming. The big double chop. I don't know how Jack Brisco's staying up. It's just completely heart would be the only thing to keep the man on his feet right now.
He's all but unconscious right there. It's obvious his eyes were skyward, and again, Pak Song moving in. And Dusty Rhodes has not moved during this entire juncture, but you've been all over that ringside, Mr. Hart.
Well, Dusty Rhodes has nothing to gain or nothing to lose. I have $1 million or so, and to manage a world's champion. I've never managed a world's champion, and I want to manage a world's champion as bad as Pak Song Nam would want to be the world's champion, Garden.
Chopping again to the throat. Now watch very carefully. Jack Brisco brings him up, backbreaker, and I must admit, this would have stopped an average opponent, but Pak Song is obviously not an average opponent. He's hurt, there's no question about it, but he does not give up, he does not concede.
Well, as I said before, Garden, he wants to go back to Korea someday as the heavyweight champion of the world.
Here is where you are interfering, and this caused Jack Brisco to drop that standing guillotine, the abdominal stretch, and now that appeared to be a karate thrust directly to the throat.
It was a chop on the side of the throat, Garden, which isn't karate.
The official hurtled out of the ring at this juncture.
You must realize, Garden, tempers flare, and it's so much involved. You want to win something so badly.
Now, of course, was the bottom of the foot.
Right behind the ear. If Pak, he's so intense on beating Brisco. Oh, check it in the corner now.
All right, there's Dusty Rhodes trying to get the official back into the ring, and here's where you seized an advantage, coming up behind Dusty Rhodes. Pak Song jumps out of the ring.
Well, I tell you why we did this, Garden. I knew there would be trouble with Rhodes. He was at ringside to see that Pak Song didn't win the belt. Rhodes wants the belt as much as anyone else. I can't blame him for that, but when he has a match with Brisco, we were never going to interfere.
The referee getting back into the ring. Of course, the referee oblivious to much of what has occurred here. You might say that officiating, many times they're castigated for things that they are not responsible for whatsoever. And here, showing the tremendous strength, Jack Brisco off balance to pick up a 270-pound man, whip him over his shoulder down onto the canvas after a grueling match that he's been in. I think this in slow motion shows you the tremendous physical condition, the stamina these men have. Now, Mr. Hart, I don't think there's any way you can excuse what you did.
I didn't, Garden. I pulled his leg. I want to be the world's heavyweight champion. I want Song to have the belt. I'll do anything in my power to see that he has it. And the ref, now looky there. Now let's bring this out. Let's bring this out. Now, I think we just sort of evened up the score, don't you?
Well, Dusty Rhodes certainly evened the score there, and he's after you.
That goes back to what I was saying before, Garden. He wants the belt. He doesn't want us to have it.
The referee in the count of 3 now as Jack Brisco in a lateral body press over Pak Song. And Mr. Hart, at this point, it's obviously that you are a totally frustrated man.
No comment, Garden.
Well, there you have it. I had just been informed by Andy Jack that he had just been over exclusive management of Buddy Colt. Buddy Colt Jones for the championship, and we're waiting now for the bell to ring. There's Paul Jones, the Florida heavyweight champion. Colt, a former tag team partner. Many times when ships go awry, the clubs is extreme, as it is in this case. He's now watching his out in the midsection. Colt dragging arm with Jones. Out with that right hand. Looked like a karate thrust, and Dandy Jack protested about it. Jones obviously was hoping to make very, very short work of the Colt. Andy Jack still complaining. Recognized as one of the cleverest managers in the profession today. Despised by many. Colt, his side headlock, tried to use the thumb to the throat of Paul Jones very effectively. Jones catches in the midsection, then catches in the throat with a chop. An elbow to the back of the head has Buddy in trouble. Colt on the skidding backwards, getting outside the ring ropes. Jones on his feet, poised and ready. Buddy Colt back in action. Good go behind by Jones. Jones maintaining the ride. Colt trying to sit out, trying to reverse it. He can't. Colt caught in a ride now by Paul Jones. Jones up on his feet. Just Buddy Colt in the back with that elbow. Jones has Colt, the challenger, in trouble. Jones moving in. Colt with a severe laceration on his head now. Into the situation. Missing an opportunity to defeat this challenger now. Jones pounds away at Buddy Colt. Colt, dazed, staggers, eyes rolling skyward. Colt driven off his feet again by Paul Jones. A glancing blow to the top of the head. It's closing in, pounding away at Buddy Colt. A lot of cease now. Colt trying to get to his feet. Jones moving in again, relentlessly pursuing this challenger. The head again, and Colt head wobbling now. Out again, another across the head of Buddy Colt. Jones to Buddy Colt. Colt gamely hanging on, and this man has great resilience. To the rope. Jones catches Colt back on the canvas. His piece of crimson mask now. Paul Jones and across. 1, 2, Colt. Now, Attracted. Now watch Buddy Colt carefully. He had something in his hand, but difficult. He turned at that moment.
Paul Jones has been dropped and he's out. And I've never seen a man drop
efficiently as that. Just a bare fist, but Jones almost completely out.
Buddy Colt.
Bringing him back to
his feet.
Gets him into the net. And Buddy Colt.
Moves in with a cross.
He's semi-conscious Paul.
Jones.
Count of this juncture, the fatal count of 3, and Buddy Colt has won the Florida Heavyweight Championship. Buddy Colt now receiving the Florida Heavyweight Championship belt from the referee, Dandy Jack. In his first instance of managing Buddy Colt, has successfully guided him to the Florida Heavyweight Wrestling Championship, much to the